Greetings, ones and ones. Welcome to another episode of First World Issues with your gracious host, the Mighty Dig Roots. On this episode, we got Godfrey responding to Lord Jamar's ridiculous claims. And we're going to tap in and see what he says, and I'm going to respond to it. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Looking for
They said the pimp when he called, he said he's a pimp, so he tried to. There's a video. The video what he did with the flat earthers.
Yeah, I got
Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see it.
Cool. I let this sucker bitch, pull me into some shit. There's a guy on the show that used to be an ex-pimp, and since he couldn't best me the last time, he did what a pimp does, and he got a bitch to do his dirty work. And that's what happened.
Yeah. So he's calling us names and shit like that. It was your behavior, man. You did that. I didn't make you call this dude an F word. I didn't make you say fuck Dave. I didn't make any. I just said you showing up, cool. I even gave you money for the toll. Congestion fucking tax data. I said I didn't. This is your behavior. And now you blaming me for that shit? That's just that's bullshit.
Now,
That makes
back up, Godfrey, back up 2 points. So I'm not afraid of nobody, and I didn't do nothing wrong. So I text Jamar. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, there's no way I would ever drug you. That's crazy. And he
Right.
was like, oh, Godfrey said drugged. I didn't say drugged. I was like, well, I just want you to know I would never drug you. I go, and the only reason why we set this up in the first place was because you said you wanted to debate out of his own mouth. You saw the video. You said you wanted to
Debate Neil deGrasse
wanted to
Tyson.
debate Neil deGrasse
Right.
Tyson.
Yeah.
I couldn't get Neil,
Yeah.
so I got the next best thing, and that's how it went down. I had no idea that he wasn't inept to with his own points or to deal with this dude
Yeah.
or any of that. It was just me putting it together because he asked.
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. And so, yeah, man. And he said, I'm gonna take some legal action. If you and then he goes, I didn't sign anything to show my. It's like that. You can't. You've been on my podcast before. Now you're doing this legal shit. Whatever, it's clever. You can't do that. Like now you're gonna do a lawsuit on me. Like what? Yeah. You called him F words and all kind of other shit. So, and it's almost like you're trying to make up a beef, I guess. Maybe that's a rap
He
thing.
tried to Drake you.
Yeah, he's trying to Drake me like, I'm like, huh? It's like, you're bad. Your enemy is the guy Dave, not me. And then you're calling us sucker bitch and all this other shit. I'm like, maybe you're that kind of guy. Maybe you're that kind of whack ass dude. Maybe that's what you are. Because I didn't call you any names. I said, let me just you fucked my money up.
Yeah.
And then you're saying, oh, they're just doing this for views. What individual on social media is not doing shit for fucking views? What motherfucker? If you ain't doing shit for views, you should not be on social media. Everybody wants views. That's why everybody and their mama is twerking on whatever. They're doing sketches with their kids so they can be fucking influencers. You have to have views. That is how these fucking things work. Views work. That's how you get money. Okay? That's how everybody's doing this shit for views, and you fucking right, I'm doing this for views.
But he's implying you sold him out for views.
I sold him out for views. That's what I did.
You got literally.
I sold him out. My views came because he's been on my show. Stop.
It looks
I've
more
earned my
like
shit on my own.
He's creating this beef to get the views. This whole
Probably,
beef.
yeah. That helps him get
Yeah,
views.
yeah.
Because if he didn't, he'd be like, let me not say
Maybe just
anything.
another guess.
Because controversy brings people to watch. So I'm like, to get views, yeah. What else would I do this for? I'm doing this for views. You fucking right. Views are currency.
Yeah.
Views are currency. That's important to have views. Oh man. And this is not some beef I'm having with him. I just think you calling us names and calling me out. I'm like, I did you a favor. I tried.
Yeah.
And then you doing that, and so you backstabbing me? What the fuck kind of friend is that?
Hey, Mike, go to minute 4.
And then he goes, oh, we gonna take care of that. Like, take care of what? What did you think? What did you get from that, Dante, when he said we gonna take care of that?
Sound like a threat.
Like, oh, we gonna take care of that. Like, what do you mean? Over flat earth. This is what we're doing. But that's that
Because
hip hop
really,
petty shit, I
real
think.
talk,
I comics don't
over
we
a
don't
disagreement.
operate like that. You might get mad at a motherfucker here and there, but we don't really operate like
Yeah,
that.
we
But
laugh
rappers
about
will
it,
be like, I'm coming to get you. You said that thing about me in that one track. The fuck? This shit is wild. Go ahead.
But I definitely was not myself that night. And I thought certain people were my friend, you know? And you don't want to believe that your friends would do certain things, but yeah, it's definitely possible. But yeah, I was just not in my right state of mind. I apologize for allowing y'all to see me lose my cool. Yeah, that's what happened.
He believes his own shit. So I just wanted to get that out and talk about that.
He just seems, I don't know him
Yeah.
at all, and I am like, I understand the
It was crazy.
situation, and from what I saw, it seems like he's embarrassed.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it seems like he's embarrassed, and it doesn't seem like he buys his own shit. I think I think it's a performance.
Ah.
Oh
I
yeah,
think so
yeah,
too,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think it's
agree.
a performance. Like he can be very direct with the words he wants to say.
That's a very interesting point. That's a very interesting point. I never thought about that. She might be onto something because maybe he does this flat earth shit, but he got views on it. He might have liked some of the ideas around the whole flat earth concept, right? And then he realized, oh, wow, I'm getting a lot of views and people are liking. So he continued the conversation. So yeah, she might be right. Let's hear what she has to say.
And then other times he's choosing to use like coded language and make you, he's not talking directly. I think that he knows exactly what he's doing. And part of it is, the clicks of it all, and the attention. But I think that it is embarrassing if for a very long time you've been able to hold a position as like all knowing and respectable, and I say something and people believe it, and I have enough of the performance and seemingly knowledge. Because I'll be very honest with you, Godfrey. I watched even Terrence Howard. I watched his interview with Joe Rogan. That's a very long interview to watch.
Yeah.
And when you watch things like that, it's so difficult because they'll say one thing and you like, I didn't think about it like that. And then they say another thing and you like, now they out there goddamn mind. And then they say another thing and it's like, dang, well, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think any human being that is curious
Yes.
has a little bit of like open-minded, like is a little bit open to like, well, let me hear what they have to say.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
And so he is constantly incubated by people who feel the same way he does. Right?
Yeah.
And like a relationship with you probably works because you're not somebody that's like, you don't care if the earth is round or flat, but you're like, but I want to know, like, what do you think? And show me. I want to hear how it's
why?
how it's sparking
Why?
for you, right?
Yeah.
And so then when he's put in a position, especially publicly,
Yes.
and Dante said he was worried about the optics of it being a non-black person.
Right.
And that probably was also because, as you said, Lord Jamar was a conscious rapper.
No doubt.
And so as much as it's not being said, it's like not only is it a non-black person, the science guy David, he also appears to be younger. And so this is all this information, all of these things going into this person that is sort of eloquently and effortlessly disproving what you said. And now your audience of people, you and Dante, who at first were like, we're going to give you the stage.
Yes.
You guys were like, he can do this because he said he wanted to debate Neil deGrasse Tyson.
yeah.
That's if you want to debate the best, then sure enough, we could give you the JV baller, right?
Right.
Exactly.
And so then when it goes off the rails in that way, I think he's just really embarrassed. And it takes a lot for any human being when they're embarrassed, but especially a grown male black rapper. I mean, just if you just go through it takes a lot to be like, you know what? Let me go back and get that info. I don't have the information. But let me.
Right.
I'm bested.
Yes.
I'm bested, so I'm gonna sit down and shut up, and then I'll come back to the match and try again. You know that's rare.
Yeah.
So
No, that's actually the definition of a man. Trial and error. I'm a contractor, and if I come across something that I might not know, the first thing you do is you go back to the drawing board. You don't delve into your ignorance and then call people names, right? So I see her point, but that's showing it's a level of immaturity. It's like in Africa, or when the Egyptians, Africans were building the pyramids, they have this term, a sahu. It's like you're underdeveloped. So he's like a sahu man, underdeveloped. His mentality towards certain things are definitely underdeveloped. But let's finish hearing what she has to say.
So what he's doing is just trying to save his, because ultimately he got to make sure he doesn't really lose in front of his audience, because as he's saying to you, you doing it for the clicks, you did it. He got to keep his thing going too.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
But and Dante's like, you could have had you a bunch of money too. He because I know he hasn't lost any money on his shit. You see how he's like, it's gonna cost you $20, da da da.
I think it shows very clearly that you respected him,
Yeah.
and tried to protect him, because you didn't release.
I didn't release
the
that
video.
shit, but then he got on and started talking shit about
Yeah,
me
yeah.
to some two bum ass white dudes. Like, since you feel like maybe I embarrassed him in front of white, you talking to these two motherfuckers, and they're bringing up fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets with them. Like,
show that.
show that Kentucky Fried Chicken example.
That's minute 17.
And he didn't check them on it. Like,
So here's
Yeah.
the thing. So after that,
Watch
he went
this.
to the Flat Earth dudes. He did a show with the Flat Earth dudes, and the dude. Well, go ahead, because I can't even explain it. Like, so, Mike, you got it on. I think
Yeah, I
it's
saw that wild shit. That was wild.
17
That was
minutes
some
in.
wild
water on it,
shit.
like you just said. You can't stick a cruise
They
ship
cool-
or a
they
person
cooled
to
it.
the bottom of it. You can't contain air on the outside of it. So it's not a model, it's a toy. But if we looked at the flat earth model and compared it to a bucket of a dinner of bucket from Kentucky Fried Chicken with the mashed potatoes and the gravy and everything, the gravy lays level in there. It's contained. You can float a cruise ship on it. The plastic dome over the top, you can put air in there. It'll be contained. No one's going to fall off of it. You put a little boat in there or a person, and it's contained. A bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken is a better model for the Earth than the globe.
I can. So, like, how you don't push back on? Like, all of a sudden, I've seen Dave, and I've seen him. That dude is called Flat Earth Dave.
Wow.
I've
Flat
seen
Earth
him
dummy.
debate people before. Never heard him use Kentucky Fried Chicken as the model. A bucket.
a bucket of it. A
All of
bucket.
a sudden, now he's talking to a black dude. Now the model. Let me say it so you understand.
That's like a
What
tub
it
of
was-
collard greens, and there's water in that tub. It's a container, and the collard greens.
We hollowed out a watermelon. Right? And we put Hennessy. We filled it up with Hennessy. And at no shape and point in time did the boat did not. You couldn't see the bottom of the boat, no matter how the Hennessy finds its own level.
And if it's a slave boat, right? There's slaves in the bottom of the boat. Now, okay, at first, and this is not. I'm not doing this episode to I want to have a battle. No, I'm just like, you insulted us, and we're telling our truths. I did nothing to you. I didn't do anything, and I'm the first person to go, my bad. I didn't. I'm sorry that it went that way. But you're a grown man. You came on your own. And if
Yeah, facts. Yeah, God, if you don't feel no way, Lord Jamar is definitely immature, and the ridiculous when I saw that where they're using the Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket as a model, and it's just ridiculous. It's just all nonsense. And for Lord Jamar to be delving into this topic with them type of people, it just makes him look so crazy. And then you're saying your friend set you up, and then they gave you laced weed to smoke, and you're warning your right state of mind. Like, come on, man. Like, a man can take a loss. That's the definition of a man. Falling on your sword. Okay, standing on your square. Okay, I believe this is what I believe. And if you are disproved, it's definitely not the end of the world. It's a time for growth. Now is there opportunity to grow and be like, okay, maybe the earth isn't flat. Maybe the earth isn't flat, and maybe I'm wrong. So let me learn something new. Or if you want to stay in your ignorance as he is, delve into it and have a correct conversation because them guys that were on that show, Flat Earth Dave, that guy sounds crazy as hell. So let me know what you think, man. Like, subscribe. I want to hear your opinions in in the comments on this because it's a very interesting topic. But clearly, Lord Jamar doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Any like, any subscription is much appreciated. Thank you. Have a blessed day.